like to call to order the town board. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Here.
Trustee McKinney?
Here.
Trustee Frierson?
Here.
Trustee Deteen?
Here.
Chairman Neal?
Here. There are no agenda changes this evening, so we will move forward with the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on January 17th, 2017 at 6:30 PM. Is there a motion?
Before you approve them,
Yes.
I would request that you amend them because it states in the first line that Assessor Wiggins was absent and he was indeed present.
Ooh, I missed that one. Okay. Can we have a motion to approve the minutes with the amended line item stating that Assessor Wickets was at the meeting? Good catch, Larry.
So moved.
Motion, is there a
Second.
second? Motion is second. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Trustee Frierson?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. And just to note that I think that's the first time there's ever been with you doing the minutes, so, so you're batting like 99.9, Megan.
Thank you.
Are there any citizens' comments tonight? Going once, going twice.
Hello, how y'all doing? Good evening. My name is Clyde McLemore. I'm gonna address y'all on this. I'm real serious about. I looked at all three of the different areas that y'all want to go in. If we want to combine, if we don't, you know. And I was here for the demonstration, and I know when I speak, y'all think I always speak for Black Lives Matter. I'm speaking for Clyde McLemore. Okay, so I want that to be said. And this ain't the movement talking. This Clyde McLemore talking. I think we ought to combine with the our township, you know, to bring it together, consolidate it. And that's my opinion, and that's what I want to tell you as a citizen of Zion.
Combine the township with,
Beach Park,
oh, you mean Benton Township?
Benton Township.
They don't want it.
Okay.
What?
Well,
They don't want it.
yeah, I mean, I appreciate the feedback, and we'll,
They stated at the last meeting that they wanted no part of it.
But if the people vote on it, that's another thing, isn't it?
But why would, if you lived in Beach Park or went to Parkland, would you want to become part of Zion and have a higher tax rate?
I mean, well, I'm trying to get our tax rate lower. That's what I was thinking.
That's not,
you know?
that's not gonna happen.
I mean, you can't. You got to give me an E for effort. I tried.
thanks, Clyde.
Well, Clyde, there are probably, there are a few things that we agree on, but I agree with what you just said. I think we ought to combine with that.
Well, and so Clyde, and I appreciate that, one of the things we'll be talking about is next steps, and we're going to be holding a public forum for people to be able to share their comments about it, once more people have had a chance to read the entire report. So, any of the comments that you want to share, we would love to have you come back and share those. Okay, any other citizens' comments?
One quick comment.
Sure.
In the agenda that I found online, it says that the meeting starts at 7.
Yeah, you're here for the city council
Yes,
meeting?
I'm
This
sorry.
is the Zion Township Board meeting. No, you're fine. Yeah.
you.
This is the pre-meeting for your meeting. Yeah.
Understood. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Okay, any other citizens' comments? Hearing none. Item 6, authorized bills for payment. Trustee Deteen.
Yes, I had the opportunity to meet with the Benton or Zion Township Supervisor and the assessor this afternoon, and I respectfully request that the City Council approve the bills amounting to $46,614.56.
Second?
Motion is second. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Trustee Frierson?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Item 7, to receive and place on file the 2016 Zion Township Annual Report per Supervisor Neal. You have in your stack the 2016 report. While I'm sharing this, I can share with you Brittany Doxey in our audience, if you wouldn't mind standing and just saying hi. Brittany is our new business manager for Zion Township. She started on January 20th and took the lead on this entire report and did a phenomenal job. That among so many other things she probably had no idea that she would be doing. So With this annual report, we share what we went through last year, a lot of what our programs are, and then Larry has the back half for his services. So if anybody's interested in a copy, we've got a couple of copies, and then we will have it on our website tomorrow. So that being said, item number 8.
You need a motion. to
Oh.
accept it.
Oh, we do the place. Oh, is there a motion to accept and place on file?
So moved.
Motion, is there a second? A second by trustee Deteen. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Trustee Frierson? Aye. Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye. Now, item 8, discussion regarding University of Chicago Harris Policy Lab study. Next steps per Chairman Neal. So we got the final report. I went through it line by line, and I had just a few things that I found in it. Just going through it, the items were, first thing was on page 12, where they talked about that the state of Illinois quit providing funds for townships in 2012, or 2011. And had a long discussion with Alden today. I've got a 21-page report that I didn't have time to read, trying to find out where they got that information from, because at least in Lake County, Waukegan Township had a program called Earn Fair, where there was DHS funds that are no longer available, but general assistance funds, as far as I know, have always come from local property taxes. So I was really concerned, because in an opening statement, and I can read it to you, actually, to have an opening statement that early in the report be something that people would look at and say that it wasn't true. It says, the state of Illinois formerly provided funding for the GA program to townships and counties, but has completely withdrawn its funding under budget pressure in July 2012. So I had a long conversation with Alden Lowry from the Metropolitan Planning Council, and they are going to pull that line from there. So the updated report, I just got an email from him, is in my inbox, so I will be sharing that. We'll put it on our website. And anybody that's interested in it, it's a very thick report, but I would be happy to share it with anybody that would be interested in a copy. That said, there's a few issues that we want to talk about. One of the things that we agree that we want to do is to be able to have an open forum for the community, to have a chance to read the report, and then to come out and share, their thoughts about the report and what they would like to see happen based on that report. And so if everybody's in agreement with that, I would like to set a date to be able to have a public forum for that. I'm thinking we want to at least schedule an hour, so that if there's conversation and stuff, we don't shut people down. But thoughts based on that?
Is this something that we also would like to invite the residents of Benton Township to join us? Because that is one of the options to combine with Benton Township. And although the way this report reads, it does seem that there would be a small tax increase for Benton, which, would be kind of like a no-go if that was the case. But I wondered if, I'd like to hear what the residents of Benton Township have to say about that. And we can also, just take a look at what we're levying taxes for. There might be a way just to trim our levies so that there isn't a tax increase. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if that would be attractive to Benton Township and the residents of Benton Township. So I guess my suggestion is, can we invite Benton in on this as well, and see if they would like to participate, and if any of the residents would like to comment on it. Mm-hmm. And then we could hear for or con.
So we do have the Benton Township clerk here. Is it something to reach out to Supervisor Southard and see if it's, I know that Jan plans on being at that meeting, whenever the date is. She told me to let her know because she wants to be here. But I can bring it up to them and see if they're open to that. So Did you want to say anything, Sonalita?
Yes, thank you very much, Chairman. My name is Sonalita Bronson. I am the actual Benton trustee.
Oh, not the clerk yet.
Benton Township. But there have been conversations with some of the residents, with Supervisor Southern, in regards to the report and the thought or the different scenarios that could possibly happen. And there were several residents who were very adamant about the concern for the townships coming together, for some of the statements that our wonderful assessor stated, just the increase in taxes. Also, not to mention that with Benton Township, we are not a coterminous township as Zion Township and the city of Zion is. So there are definitely several different factors that would play heavily into that decision. But I'm very sure that Supervisor Southern would love to entertain that question to the residents. But I just wanted to pass on in the meeting, there were several comments made of just the concern of the differences between the townships, the responsibilities, and the budgets. Benton Township is actually operating in the black. They do not have any debt, whereas there are some things to where Zion Township does carry a little bit of debt, which again is very vastly different from some of the challenges that we're used to. So, but I'm pretty sure, I'm absolutely positive Supervisor Southern would be willing to discuss those further.
Excellent, thank you. And in reference to the debt, we, both townships built buildings. Zion Township didn't know that we would be needing to do that, that this building would be pretty much condemned for us to be able to not be in, and Benton Township had planned for years on moving, and so they had set aside those funds. So we operate completely in the black, but we do have a capital improvement payment that we pay every year for the building that was built. And so, Mayor?
Supervisor Neal, I guess I heard Trustee McDowell ask a different question than was just the answer. I guess I heard him ask, should we invite the public from Benton Township to come to this meeting along with their trustees? And I guess I think that's not a bad idea, and we would just invite anybody in the surrounding area that wants to come to the meeting. And I think it would be really nice to put out a special invitation to their trustees of Benton Township. If they choose to participate and come to the meeting, that's great. If they choose not to, that's great also. But I think that's what you were asking,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Not just whether it's Supervisor Southern or their board, but the residents of Benton Township.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. Okay, so that's one of the steps. So the first question is when? When do we want to have that meeting? Yeah.
I can make a suggestion. I know you're, I'm just thinking that there's an election coming up, and it might be a real good idea if the people that will be serving the next terms in both the township, Zion and Benton Township, the new trustees would have an opportunity to be here for that meeting. So I would suggest that it be held sometime after the election in April.
Thoughts on that? Mike?
I'm sorry.
After the April 4th election?
That's fine. I was thinking the same thing, actually, but I don't think we should make a decision until after the election, because, well, there is going to be a new township supervisor in Benton, and, I don't know if the dynamics will change as a result of that. So I think any decision that we make about what to do should come after the election, and we can certainly have the public meeting after the election, too. So that's okay with me.
Okay. Anybody else weighing in sooner or later? Everybody's okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. So looking at that, it would be good that if we can get a date set, then we have a better opportunity to market it, to get it out to as many people as would want to participate. If we were to have it, well, we can't have it on the 4th.
The 18th of April?
So if we were to have it at, 5:30 on Tuesday, April 18th, to give it an hour before the board meeting.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Mayor?
I would think, I would have a standalone meeting, because it'd make it longer than an hour. And I don't think you want to cut anybody off.
When is Easter?
16th.
It's the 16th.
I've got annual meetings in there too. And your budget hearing. Budget hearing starts at 6 usually.
What about Tuesday, April 11th?
I think that's your 10th. I think that's your 10th meeting.
Oh, is that the, okay.
Is that a meeting date? Is that also a council meeting date?
No. It is, I believe it is our annual town meeting, but we can have that meeting and then, we think we have that at 6 o'clock, so if we wanted to have this public hearing at 6:30? What does everybody think?
What about, like a Wednesday, the 12th or the 19th of April? And
That works for me. Either one works.
And would this
Oh, no,
venue be sufficient for it, or should we look at another venue for the meeting?
Maybe the high school?
Well, I mean, I halfway thought the high school would be it would be a bigger venue.
Mhm.
April 19th works.
April 19th doesn't work for me. The 12th doesn't work for you? Does April 12th work for you? Okay. So what about April 26th? April 26th, does that work?
Yeah.
Does April 26th work for everybody?
Yep.
Mayor, does that work for you? And so if we were to have it
Is that
on...
Tuesday?
It's a Wednesday. So Wednesday, April 26th at 6 PM?
Oh, 26.
Yeah, and then maybe we should work on a venue other than the council chambers. Because this room could hold, what, 90, 91?
So April 26th at 6 PM, and I will talk to Dr. Clark to see if we can have it in the South Cafeteria.
Okay.
Does that work for everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
What day does that fall on?
It's a Wednesday? Okay, excellent. So just in response to our conversation last month, two things that have been going on is David Nabel and I actually met to talk about the finances and looking at our accounting company and how, whether it would be good to have David doing it or maybe utilizing the accounting firm that we have for something, we don't know, but we're having those conversations. And then our insurance broker met with David to see if not just if what the city has, if it'll be good for the township, but what if some of the things that the township's doing might actually apply and save the city some money. So we're looking at both sides, so we had that meeting. As well, we had a meeting with Rich Ianson and Billy McKinney at the township for a couple hours to really get into the nitty-gritty of what we do so that they could fully understand as we look at space in City Hall if we were to move over here. And it was a really good conversation. A lot of good came from it, and just thinking about different ways we can collaborate. And it was good. It was very good. So is there anything else in regards to this prior to? So we will get this set. We will get the report published to everybody, and then we'll plan for that date and schedule it that way.
Is that report going to be online?
Yeah, it'll be on the Zion Township's website.
Since we're doing this after the election, what if you don't win?
Then whoever takes over will do it.
All right.
Okay. Okay, anything else on that item? All right, moving on to assessor's report.
Okay, a few key dates I want to remind everybody of. The first part of March, the senior assessment freezes will be mailed out. That's important to come into our office and have somebody help you fill these out, because with the values going up and the tax rates going down, you want your assessment frozen. So this is, if you're 65 years old and make less than $55,000, you need to come into our office and we'll help you fill out the assessment freeze form.
What is that window?
They're gonna be mailed out from the county probably sometime early March. And you really have from March all the way to June to
good.
come on in. But the earlier the better, the quicker to get it done.
Well, because we have the Senior Resource Day on April 19th, so that would be a great time to reach out to.
We could do that. And also April 21st at 9 o'clock, we're gonna be at the old library, and we're gonna be working with the Chief County Assessment Office to help people fill them out. Usually we have it from 9 to 11, but it seems like everybody gets there at 8:30, so this year we're gonna just do it from 9 to 10 because seems like the seniors love to get there early and get it taken care of. More bad news, the tax bills will be mailed out the 1st of May. So if you have any questions about your assessment or your tax bill, obviously give us a call or stop on by. The end of May, which is really, really early this year, the assessment notices will be mailed out. So this is gonna be kind of confusing. The tax bills are gonna come out first, then the assessment notices are gonna come out. The assessment notices are coming out, like I said, the end of May, and everybody should be happy to see that there's gonna be a 9% increase in your assessment this year. Since that's gonna make everybody really, really happy, probably every Saturday in June, I'm probably gonna have my office open so people can come in and we can discuss your assessment. And if you're not happy with your assessment, I'll show you how to file an appeal with the Board of Review. Also, probably one of those Saturdays, I'll have somebody that speaks Spanish to help the people that speak Spanish in the township. So I look forward to seeing everybody in June.
As well.
9%.
Yeah.
All the values of the house. 90%.
said it with a smile.
Well, but you gotta remember, when the values go up, the tax rates go down. So it doesn't mean just because the value of your property is going up 9%, that your tax bill is gonna go up 9%. It's probably gonna go down a little bit. So we wanna see the values go up. Last week, if anybody reads the transactions in the newspaper, since I'm such a geek and I read them every week, last week there was 10 sales in Zion Township, and every one of them was over $100,000. That's the first time I've seen that in years and years. So we are going in the right direction, and you can see some positive things with the values going up.
Larry, as well, just so that you know, every Tuesday over at the old library at the senior center, they have a food pantry for seniors. So it might be an avenue for you, because for the first hour while they're waiting, it's a prime opportunity to see if any of them, if you ever want to go over and do the freezes.
Oh, okay.
So Kevin Zaleski is always thrilled to have anybody come over for that. Okay, item 10, Supervisors Report and Announcements. Like I shared, we have the 2016 annual report. I also have our monthly report and our annual numbers in front of you. Looking at 2016, what I am really impressed with is we partner with Community Action Partnership to be able to provide the LAHEAP appointments, which is energy assistance for low-income families. And we were able to process 322 applications. There were 3 of us in the office at most times, sometimes 4 people, sometimes 2 people, and we've done 322 applications and accessed $118,261 for residents. So to be able to help people make ends meet, we're really, really proud of that work that we've done. The other piece is that partnering also with CAP, Gregorio Resendez, who used to be out at Consumer Credit Counseling in McHenry, has now moved to Community Action Partnership, and we have got the most incredible relationship where he sees every one of our EA clients, every one of our ELF network participants, and some of the LAHEAP applicants. And in 2000, he just moved over there in 2016, and he's already seen 56 residents. So really proud of that. And he literally has a 100% success rate. I mean, every single solitary person that's walking out of that room is blown away at something they didn't know that's gonna help them. So really proud of that. So these are the numbers for the month and the year. And to continue on, I already introduced Brittany Doxey as our new business manager. I also want to brag about our Zion Benton Leadership Academy participants. They have started a junior Zion Benton Leadership Academy, and it started last Saturday at Zion Township, and I believe we have 9 or 10 participants. I couldn't be there, I had to be at something else, but they sent me the pictures, and it's 4 Saturdays. It's leadership training, it's mentorship. It's for 14 to 18-year-olds. So this is our first inaugural year. So if you know of a 14 to 18-year-old next year that might be interested, the information is on the coalition website or zbla.info. That's second. The LAHEAP application processing continues to go on. We have an open enrollment every Wednesday from 2 until 4 o'clock. So if you're not sure what paperwork to bring, just contact Sandra Usher at Zion Township and she will let you know that. Also to share, for those that don't know what Top Box is, Top Box comes to our community once a month. It is a program that Bobby Kennedy's son, Chris Kennedy, started where it brings wholesale prices for food items to residents. Any resident, it doesn't matter what your income is. And they have a small meat box, a large meat box, a fruit box, a mixed box. And they do that over at the old library, the senior center. The next one is going to be Wednesday, March 15th from 12:30 until 2 p.m. And it's actually the Queen Bees of Zion Red Hat Society that does all the work setting it up and serving people. So it's a pretty cool thing. From 12:30 until 2 o'clock. So it's the Wednesday after the second Saturday, which makes it really confusing because you can't just say the second Wednesday. So they post their dates and they have a Facebook page where they share that information. Zion Benton Township High School has announced that they're going to be closing Pierce Campus and demolishing it in August of 18. So I've been meeting with the non-for-profit agencies that are in that building just to start brainstorming, seeing what other solutions that there are. So we're ahead of that situation. Job Center Lake County. So everyone hopefully knows about our summer work program where we hire 35, 14, and 15-year-olds in the summer. The students that are chosen for that program actually come from the Job Center of Lake County program. The county pays for those students in the program. So anybody that has a 14 or 15-year-old, and so the qualifications are, you must be attending middle or high school and receive free or reduced lunch or meet the low-income guidelines to qualify for the program. 35 youth will be chosen for the positions at Zion Township, and the applications are only being taken through the Job Center Lake County until February 28th at 5 p.m. So if you could please share that word, and the website is lakecountyjobcenter.com. So they go on and they put in just a little bit of information, and then they get entered into a lottery, and then the students are chosen, and then they go through the process with us. So anybody in Lake County can apply. You have to live in Zion in order to be in our program. Let's see. So in regards to that, this year, normally what Adriana would do is she would run around the community and drop off all the applications and information at all the places. This year, we actually had a meeting at the township, and school personnel and Matt Thornton, Zion police officer in my father's business, came, and it was a really good conversation about different ways we can work together and more information on how to get information out to the kids. Cruising through here, I got 2 minutes left. I'm going to be out of the office from this Thursday until next Tuesday. I'm actually going to Michoacan, Mexico, to where the monarch butterflies migrate to. Anybody that knows me, I've been raising monarch butterflies my whole life, so this is a bucket list thing. So I will be out of the office for those 2 days, and then when I get back on March 1st, I will be accompanying the youth and the youth leadership team from the school district to an event called We Day. And if you don't know what it is, Google We Day. It is the most powerful event, and our kids really deserve to go. We're working, if you're at the library at all, they've created this display, and they're asking all elected officials and people running for office to sign a pledge asking them to all adults in elected office and running for office to live by the pledge on the character traits of respect, responsibility, integrity, perseverance, safety, and kindness. So these will all be displayed over at the library, and we're meeting tonight right after this to finish that up. Just a reminder, Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast. Annual Senior Resource Day is going to be on Wednesday, April 19th at 8:30 a.m. at the Zion Park District. And last but not least, just on time, Zion Township is going to be holding an open house on Saturday, March 18th from 9 until noon, and then Monday, March 20th from 4 until 6 for people depending on their schedules. So it's to provide residents the opportunity to learn about the programs and services offered and to meet the ZG team. And free zinnia seeds will be given out to everybody that comes. Surprise, right? So that's all we have. Is there anything else to come before the Township Board? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn? Motion second? Second?
Second.
And second by Billy. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee McDowell?
Aye.
Trustee McKinney?
Aye.
Trustee Fryerson?
Aye.
Trustee Deteen?
Aye.
Chairman Neal?
Aye.